Abba Kyari. Federal government uncovers shopping malls estate others and discovers 207 million naira, 17,598 euros in bank accounts. 14 assets including shopping malls, residential estates, polo playground, lands and farmland belonging to a former commander intelligence response team. Abba Kyari, Deputy Commissioner of Police, has been uncovered by the federal government in different locations in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, and Maiduguri, Borno State. The federal government also discovered over 207 million naira and 17,598 euros in Kyari'S various accounts in GTB, UBA, and Sterling Bank. According to Punch, the Director of Prosecution and Legal Services, J. Sunday, on August 30th, 2022, filed fresh 24-count charges filed against Kyari with the Attorney General of the Federation, stated that the suspected DCP allegedly disguised his ownership of some of the properties. The case filed at Federal High Court, Abuja, and had as co-defendants Mohammed Kyari and Ali Kyari, who are believed to be the beleaguered policeman's siblings. Also, the federal government filed separate 24-count charges against Kyari's former deputy Sunday Ubua, an assistant commissioner of police who is under suspension. Wow. An affidavit in support of the charge deposed to by a litigation officer with the Directorate of Prosecution and Legal Services, a National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Stephen Kashawa, explained that Kyari, who is facing trial for dealing in cocaine, was subjected to general and financial investigation when he was transferred by the police to the NDLEA headquarters on February 14, 2022 for investigation. He added that the financial investigation, which extended to his properties, led to the filing of charges for non-disclosure and conversion of large sums of money. The deponent further said the case was ready for trial and that all witnesses were available to proceed to trial. Really, we're all tired of this story, to be honest. It's funny because where would this story lead us? We can't even trust our own judicial system. The system has shown it's incapable of, holding itself accountable or holding its servants accountable. It's not the first time we're hearing stories like this. In fact, you're telling me that it took almost how many... When was Abba Kyari arrested, please? Please. It's almost the end. We're reaching the end of this year. And you're telling me all that time, after they've successfully, complicated and frustrated the FBI's efforts to get this man extradited to America for trial, they frustrated the efforts. And all of a sudden, they're coming out. Who are they trying to seem genuine? Are they trying to say, oh, by the way, this is what we found? If the FBI could have finished with this case last year, August, it would have been done. But no, they had to, frustrate their efforts. They had to make it such a big deal. They had to do the most. So really, if we're going to sit here and pretend and lie to ourselves like that something tangible will come out of this, then I don't know what to say. Because it's not happening. It's just not happening. I mean, how long would it take? All this investigation should have come out a long time ago, and we're hearing some useless story about his tailor and how his tailor was the one. Wait, what? How? I mean, the tailor got involved. Yes, I don't remember because obviously involvement with Hush Puppy, I can't really remember the details. But of course, Hush Puppy being arrested and being known to be a professional fraudster, like a professional Yahoo boy, as they say, how? So again, all these funds, I mean, I don't know if this is, I don't even know how to explain this. I don't think a lot of officers are earning this much. Or maybe they are, but our currency is just devalued and just not worth it. When you convert it, then it looks like a lot. I don't know. But the point is, this is very relevant. If listen, any investigations that come out of Nigeria, I don't want to hear it personally. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to listen to it because investigations have been carried out by the FBI and they already had a case. So how, obviously, government did the negotiations, and Abba Kyari is not just any citizen, you know. So he would have his connections fight for him, and it's funny because the FBI has not pressed on the issue this much. That you think they would, but of course, the international relations there, there's diplomacy. There's so many things you have to go through. Don't just, but it's funny because when it came to Nnamdi Kanu, Kenya and Nigeria, literally, they just 5 and 6, they worked seamlessly together. I mean, perfectly together. So that just counters the argument of complications with diplomacy and countries relating, or America and Nigeria relating with each other, and maybe complications could make things could extend the progress of things. But then the counter argument is, well, look at Nigeria and Kenya, they worked perfectly together. But then when it comes to Nnamdi Kanu, this country would do anything. I mean, when it comes to IPOB, wow, they like to show their strength, they like to exert some authority, some power, and it's like, well, if you could, what would be helpful is, you direct this energy and vim and determination on actual criminals and bandits, specifically in the north, and maybe the stories we're hearing will be different. Maybe Nigerians will be safe again, and it's like whatever the country sets. That's the thing. The country, they're aware of what they're doing. We can't continue to pretend. Oh, they're strategic. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing, and they know how they're affecting every Nigerian. They know. So it's like there's never an excuse, because when it comes to the determination to want to do things, listen. If you want to see the Nigerian government determined, study its interactions with the southeast of Nigeria. Study the interactions. Study it well. You would see them pulling moves, getting the best of it. I mean, what? But then when it comes to actually, going after criminals, they want to negotiate. They want to pay. They want to make excuses. They want to enforce policies that are to the detriment of other states just because one industry or one profession, is going out of business. I mean, who cares? Like, what? Nigeria is a messed up country, and we're trying to fix it. But really, when it comes to things like this, we have to know who we put there and make sure these people are actually abiding by the... Because again, what can the masses do? And I think maybe this is a question we need to ask, because what power do we have as a people? And maybe it is rebuilding our society, really. But what power do we have? Because it is very vulnerable. We're in a very vulnerable situation, and we cannot keep risking our lives by just putting people in positions of power that may even have too much of it and mess up, all for it to fall back on us. Doesn't make sense. Put what you think in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.